Hello, welcome to Earth Engine tutorial episode 49. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a color bar to the map. In order to follow this tutorial, you need to download the notebook example. You can go to the gmap.org and on the left side, click notebooks. Scroll down to find number 49. And then you can right click to open in Google Colab. Once you open Google Colab, you can either run this one directly in Google Colab or you can download the notebook. Keep that in mind, Google Colab does not support IPyLib yet, so you might not be able to run this example fully on Google Colab. So I would recommend you go to File, download notebook, and you can download this one to your computer. And then I'm going to open this one here. It's under my downloads folder, and I'm going to open my terminal. You need to activate your conda environment, so conda activate GEE, and then you can type Jupyter Notebook to start Jupyter Notebook. I'm going to click maximize, then click this notebook. So the color bar is very simple. You can add a continuous one, or you can add categorical color bar. In some way, it's similar to episode 48, how to add a legend. Okay, so a legend you can also have continuous or categorical. And so let's get started. So first of all, you need to install the package. Then after that, you can here I have two sections, so for IPyLib and also for Folium. So Gmap has two plotting backends, IPyLib and Folium. So the first one, I'm going to show you how to do that for IPyLib. Again, we need to import the libraries. If you run into errors, you can uncomment this one to run to update the Gmap package. Some of the functions might not have been released to conda yet, so you might want to update the package, and then let's just execute to look at what the result look like. Okay, so this is the source code, this is the output. So we have the map, and you can turn the layer on and off. We basically create the map, and then we're going to load Earth Engine data. So this is the USGS global DEM. And once you have the DM, this is how we're going to visualize. So you can set the minimum and the maximum value. This is the palette we're going to use, how we're going to visualize the color. And then we add the layer to the map. This is how we add the color bar. So in order to add a color bar, you need to provide a couple of parameters. So the first one is the color. And so the color basically is a range of colors. It's a list of colors, and so in this case we have 5 colors, and the beginning and the end, and we have 3 in the middle. So this is how the package is doing. It's going to do linear interpolation to the color. So you have basically a gradient between one color to the other, right? You can also set the minimum and the Vmin and Vmax. So the Vmin is what is showing here, down here 0, and the maximum is 4000. So it depends on how you choose the color for your visualization. So these 3 parameters you can retrieve from the visualization parameters that we use to visualize the color. Okay, so the palette is basically the color. And the min here, because we set 0, so it's going to grab that one from the dictionary. Also the max, and then you execute. You want to get the result. You can hit shift tab on your keyboard to bring up the parameters. As you can see here, we have a color, Vmin and Vmax. We also have some other ones. So for example, captions, categorical or not. I'm going to show you later. So you can all customize these parameters. So for example, we can change the we can change this one just to 1000 to see what happens, right? Okay, execute. Now you can see the number change to 1000. Also, you can change the height. of the color bar. So change the height equal to, by default is 45 pixels. We can use 60. See what happens. It's going to get much higher. There's no need to make that higher because 45 is sufficient. Okay, so you can see here, very simple and easy to do. Just one line of code basically, and then passing the color minimum and the maximum values. That's it. So this one is the continuous color bar. You can also change this one to categorical. So similarly, we're going to add the DM. So if you already have the DM classified into multiple categories, we're going to use the categorical color bar. For the demonstration, I don't actually reclassify the DM, and this is just showing you the demo. Okay, so actually the function is the same. Everything else is the same as the previous example, except we pass in two more parameters. So the first one here is categorical, and you change to true. So basically this one right now is a step color map. So you can also pass in the step number 4. So you can see here we have 4 categories from 0 to 1000, 2000, 3000, and 4000. So you can change this one. One line of code. Very easy to do. Okay, so that's for the iPad leaflet. But you can also do that for volume. So let's see what happens. Keep that in mind. In order to use volume, you need to import gmap.ee volume as gmap. Okay. Otherwise, by default, it's going to create iPad leaflet. So run, and then let's do the same thing. You will see here the source code actually is the same, exactly the same as this one. Okay, except the import is different, but everything else is the same. As you can see here, volume actually handle the color bar a little bit differently compared to iPad leaflet. So iPad leaflet, you can actually customize the position where you want to put, but for volume you cannot customize. It's by default it's going to be put in the upper right corner. But the nice thing about volume is that you actually can display the label for the division. So you can have 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000. If you use iPad leaflet, it's only going to show you the minimum and the maximum. There's no nothing else is going to be shown. So, and the size is slightly different. So you can see actually the height of the legend is also different. But this is what you get. Again, you cannot change the location. It's fixed. So I can maximize, I can zoom in. It will always be there. So you can turn the layer on and off to see the color bar. Pretty nice. So only one line of code to add the color bar. Similarly, you can change it to a step color bar if you want. So now I change to 4 steps or 4 categories, right? You can change to 4. Not sure if I change, for example, to 8. Now it's changed to 8, right? So if you have 8, it's become denser. So you have more colors in here, and you also have the label for each category. Okay, so that's for categorical color bar and continuous color bar for volume. Lastly, I'm going to show you how to create the legend. So as you can see, this is not very customizable. The location is fixed, and also you can change the color, but that's it. Sometimes you might want to have more flexibility. So you might want to create a legend that you want to move around. You can want to customize the color, also customize the text. Then you can create the legend. So you can also watch my previous tutorial number 48. That one shows you more information, but in this one I'm just going to quickly show you, right? So this is also a legend. So the color bar actually is also a type of a legend, but because they use for different purposes, so there are 2 different functions. So it's add color bar. The last one here is called add legend, but all you need to do is just to create a dictionary. So this dictionary is basically the label and the color. So the label and the color. Once you have this one, you just need one line of code, add legend, and you can customize the title. And then you can pass in the dictionary. And you can see here, you can move around. Very nice. This one is only for Folium. It doesn't work for iPyLib. iPyLib you can also add legend, but it won't be you cannot move the legend around. You can turn this on and off. But the only downside is that when you zoom in full screen, the legend won't show up. So this is the limitation. Other than that, you can either use a continuous color bar or a categorical color bar, whatever you prefer. And so it would be nice to add data to the map so they can show the audience what each color represent. Okay, that's all for this tutorial. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.